While using custom web fonts is a great way to make your site more unique and distinguish your branding, it can also come with certain problems, from privacy to performance. The solution: host your fonts locally on your WordPress website instead. To help you do so, in this post, we will tell you everything you need to know about this topic. Below, we discuss why it's a good idea to host fonts locally in WordPress in the first place, and then give you a rundown of code and no-code solutions to make it happen in both classic themes and WordPress block themes. Hosting web fonts locally versus remotely. So, the first thing we probably have to talk about is what hosting fonts locally even means. These days, a lot of people use so-called web fonts to change the typography on their websites. Those are font files that typically load from a third-party service, the most popular of which is Google Fonts. It has a huge library of free fonts that you can use on your website by simply adding a special link to it. Then, when someone requests to see your site, they load remotely so that you can display them to visitors. Google Fonts is also integrated into many themes so that users can switch their font face very easily. In contrast to that, when you host fonts locally, your font files don't load from a remote server like Google's, but instead reside on your own server and visitors receive them from there. In the end, both achieve the same thing, just in different ways. Why should you locally host fonts in WordPress? There are many good reasons to put font files on your own server instead of using a third-party solution. Privacy concerns, especially if you are subject to European privacy laws, using web fonts, particularly from Google, can be problematic. The company collects visitor IP addresses and other information, which you need to mention in your privacy policy if you want to use them. Otherwise, you risk being fined. To avoid issues like this, many people simply opt to host fonts locally instead. Font availability. The problem with using third-party hosted fonts is that you make yourself dependent on the service that provides them. If they go out of business, have a server breakdown, or if their URL changes for some reason, all of a sudden your site is without the typeface you chose. While that's not likely in the case of Google, you never know, and crazier things have happened. Wider selection. While established libraries offer a wide range of different fonts, there is a lot more available that's not in web font form. Consequently, knowing how to host fonts locally gives you many more possibilities to purchase and use premium fonts. Performance. When hosting your own fonts, you have full control over how they load. You can configure their caching and fix any issues on your own server. In addition, hosting your own fonts results in fewer HTTP requests, as you don't need to pull in data from another connection. Thanks for watching. Please give us a like and subscribe. Click on the link below to visit our website for more detailed information.